It's the Harv and Jace show.
Sibilance.
Soft C.
You're even pronouncing your soft C's.
Yes. Like nice. For instance. For instance.
Naughty and nice.
Well, see who's naughty and nice. Merry Christmas.
Hey, how's it going,
Hey.
everybody? It's Harv and Jace.
We're back with the facts.
You think that we would leave you hanging during the holidays, but we're not.
Heck no.
You know, a lot of companies and productions shut down.
Gray area.
Yeah,
Like
come on.
province-wide.
Yeah, coming right up.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for joining us again. We've had a big week.
Yeah. Holidays.
But not only that, social media, our
Social
Facebook,
media, yeah, we're
Instagram,
launched officially now.
Twitter, everything.
Yeah.
So you can go to our website.
HarvandJace.com.
Yep, go to our website, harvandjace.com. It'll take you everywhere. And we're even on iTunes now.
Yes,
our podcast.
Apple. Subscribe and like it.
Yep.
Give us some stars. 5 of them especially would be nice.
16 episodes.
16 episodes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome,
Yeah,
man.
who would have thought, you know? There's a little kindling in the fire.
Yeah,
And,
could
when
have
we
been
got
just
talking.
could have been just a couple shows, one and done too. You know,
Right.
had a little.
It's building. It's
Start to have-
progressing nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's very it's very good, man. We got this awesome Christmas special that we're gonna do too.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's Christmas Eve, everybody.
Yeah,
So that's
Merry
exciting.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, man. So I'm glad you get to pull up and hang out with us. Wrap your presents, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. So this could be
Wrap your presents.
yearly
maybe,
tradition.
Chill out with some fam, you know?
Yeah.
Spend some quality time.
And watch Harv and Jace.
Yes. Listen, watch while you're wrapping
Yep.
your presents, whatever.
That's right. Baking your cookies, doing
Will
all
be
that cool stuff.
entertainment. Maybe we'll even sing you a song.
Yeah, that would be sweet. And also, yeah, we're gonna release our Christmas special we did for Galwanil on Christmas Day. So there'll be something for you there. And we're also thinking of doing a New Year's Eve special to get you to the countdown too, because there's no live venues, right? So maybe we can do some music and have some special guests.
Yeah.
And,
see
get
what
peop-
we can do, a countdown of some sort.
Yeah,
and-
ring in the New Year maybe.
Yeah,
you know?
give some people something to do. Anyways, you know, an alternative because it's looking like,
We're stuck at home.
yeah, no
Boxing
big
Day.
gatherings, 10 people or less, right? So,
Boxing Day, right?
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was gonna be Monday, but turned out to be Boxing Day. Boom, everything's closing up.
Right.
So, but we don't have to really freak out because the big box stores will still be
essentials and
open.
stuff
Home
are,
hardware
yeah.
like Home Depot, these kinds of places, the pharmacy, you
Yeah.
know, those will all still be open.
yeah, people don't got to rush and panic buy, I don't think.
No,
you know?
definitely not, man. There'll be plenty.
Not like the last time with the toilet paper fiasco.
they're doing it
and
again now,
whatnot,
though. Everyone's a little bit scared, right?
but- Right.
But
And I know, you know, like, it's kind of a scary thing, but
yeah,
what can we do? We got to
Yep.
take it and go with it and
Go
just
with
get
it.
get by.
the craziest stuff is going on online right now for me, man. And it's an Indigenous. If your ears to the Indigenous powwow trail,
Yes.
it's people are actually chiming in on Michelle Latimer from Trickster.
From Trickster.
She got the rights to Trickster to produce it, and then she's the director of it now.
Right.
And it turns out she's not even Indigenous.
Right. Yeah, it was a facade. Well,
was a
maybe not a
facade.
facade. Like she said she had some lineage way back.
Right.
But by now it may be diluted and filtered out. and-
Right. But the point too someone made about that was like if you recognize yourself as Indigenous, but your family doesn't, your mom, your dad, your brothers and sisters, like why are you? You know, like
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking it could have been for the money. You know, like
Yeah.
the grants. Like Indigenous people are entitled to grants that
Right.
you know the mainstream might not be able to get,
right.
and Indigenous people can. So
What they were saying too is some people, settlers, were saying they were part Cherokee or part Indigenous as part of these land grabs way back in the day too, right? To be eligible to be on those lands and settle on them and squat on them and stuff
or
like
collect
that.
money. I'm assuming. You know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
terrible.
know, man.
Cultural misappropriation, right there.
Yeah, but to claim that you're from a community, and she claimed she was Algonquin, from the Kitigan Zibi, Anishinabeg, Manawagi Reserve
Manawaki.
in Quebec.
Yeah.
And why would she say that if she has like
Right.
As soon as she said that, everyone was like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, especially if, like, people from there are gonna check her credibility,
and they're gonna know if she was ever there, if she was ever involved, if she was ever in school there, if she was ever a part of everything.
Right, yeah.
Powwows.
If you're claiming to be res, your roots better run deep.
Seriously.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's just not right nowadays, man. And people are saying they're kind of outraged because everyone wants the good part of the indigenous stuff, right? The money and the glory, but they don't want the hardships that come with it, you know?
Right.
So, like, it's kind of crazy. And
yeah, so it's good that she's outed anyway, and she's not,
right,
pulling the wool over anybody's eyes, being a trickster anymore, I guess.
Well, yeah, she resigned from Trickster now, as well as some of the producers, right? That they figured they were like bamboozled, like you know. And a lot of people are feeling like, even Eden Robinson, who wrote the book, she said she feels like she let people down because she didn't thoroughly vet who she was working with.
How was she to know, really, unless she actually went and did a linealogy check on the woman? But
and that'd be hard. But if someone comes into your house and says, "Oh, I'm an indigenous person from Algonquin, Manawagi Reserve," you're not gonna second guess it, are you?
Right.
And so I mean, I don't think that it's on Eden Robinson, and I think actually, I was reading a post online that Derek Miller even said, he was like, "Let's just keep the focus on Eden Robinson's great work, like an indigenous artist work. Let's not lose the focus on that."
Right.
I thought that was a great point.
Yeah, don't let this woman steal her thunder, so to speak.
Yeah, and even her claim to be Métis was refuted.
Man.
So like the two indigenous parts, but someone did a genealogy.
It seems like that's the go-to when somebody's claiming to be something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Métis.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
Sure
but they
you
did,
are.
someone did do a genealogy of her, and they said that mostly it was Irish, Scottish, and French. And they only found a couple relatives in her bloodline, her whole bloodline from the 1700s, right? Which that bloodline wouldn't even make it this far now after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she'd be like maybe 164th.
Yeah, not even that 116th Cherokee princess that'd be
128th.
Yep. There's some pretty cool stuff. She said she just thought because her family had a cabin near the res that they grew up on or something. I don't know, man.
I know some some people who in Brantford used to come hang out with us
at
down here.
Brant Park or down here,
And they got pretty resi, but I don't think they ever claimed to be from the res or to be indigenous.
Famed indigenous artist Tanya Tagak replied directly to Latimer on Facebook, saying, "If you need a genealogy test to find your blood, then perhaps it's best to let other indigenous voices take up the limited space that society allows us to take up right now." She went on to say, "Being married to an indigenous spouse does not make you indigenous. Having indigenous kids does not make you indigenous. Connecting with your heart and in your mind to some chief or princess generations back that you never knew doesn't make you indigenous."
That's what's up. Like, she knows what she's talking about.
And she didn't just say that; she put it right on Latimer's apology, so-called apology, but she was not really apology when you're still saying, "Oh, I believe in my heart that I'm indigenous," but she's not.
Yeah, like, she could be around indigenous people, grew up around them, married, and but yeah, she's still not.
Yeah,
she can't claim to be.
Oh, that's scary.
So that's what all it boils down to, really.
Yep.
We could go live with a group of bears. It doesn't mean we're going to be a bear.
That's crazy, man. She's done, but Trickster's going to move on. So Trickster 2's coming with probably going to be all new producers and all new, crazy.
Hopefully an indigenous producer will get the shot and be able to run with it.
And a really indigenous one.
Yeah. An up-and-comer, maybe.
Yep. So, yeah.
Also, one of her documentaries, Inconvenient Indian, was pulled.
By the National Film Board.
Yeah.
Yep. Written by Thomas King.
Yeah.
So, like, even all her stuff's under scrutiny now because of all the ties and claims that she made of being indigenous, man.
Right.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, see what one life can lead to?
It kind of reminds me of that scandal at the Indigenous Music Awards a year or so back. Did you remember that, where the Inuk throat singer, put an album in, but she wasn't even indigenous. She just loved the way Inuk singers sang, so she mimicked it, did an album, put it in, and it got nominated.
Oh, wow.
And people were like, "No, that's not right. Like,
that isn't right.
She appropriated our cultural voice, right?"
Yeah, and then
they thought it was fine.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Is that insane?
It's everywhere, They're trying to steal our land. They're trying to steal our identities.
I know, right?
Like, come on, man.
Identity.
Come on, man.
Get your own identity.
Yeah.
Anyways, Moderna, the new vaccine too, along with Pfizer.
Yes.
It's got its approval now for Canada. Premier Justin Trudeau has announced a no-fault compensation fund for people who experience side effects. Remember, we were trying to figure out like the side effects of COVID-19.
Yeah, because it's still pretty early.
Yeah, exactly. But I like that. I didn't know that there was a fund just in case something goes haywire with one of those vaccines. So Canada has a fund that you can apply to if something does go wrong. But the Public Health Agency of Canada reports that in a 6-month period pre-COVID, there was 115 adverse reactions to vaccines, described as serious, which are like life-threatening, cause disabilities, such like that, death, birth defects, or prolonged hospitalization. That's kind of what they say is serious.
Yeah.
And according to the U.S. Department of Health Services, serious side effects are extremely rare, like 1 or 2 out of 1 million people who get vaccinated.
Yeah, it's like winning the lottery, I guess.
That's pretty slow.
The odds are, that's just like getting corona. Those numbers are there, but
I'm glad we get to know these numbers because, like, we don't want false information getting out there,
Right.
Like we don't want people to be scared to get
misled.
it too.
Yeah.
Like if you send your kids to school and you're a teacher and you got to get it, like you don't have to be scared. Like a lot of people
right.
don't
Like I'm
want
on the
it.
fence personally because
They
my
want-
health issues, but because of my health issues, I'm thinking like whether I want it or not, I have to go to these hospitals and doctor's appointments on a regular.
Yeah, or they might not let you in.
They're gonna make me get it regardless.
And a Vaughan, Ontario man has been fined $880 for hosting a birthday party that had 22 people there in attendance, and 11 of them got COVID-19. 11 of them.
Oh wow!
Aged from 3 to 54. So even a 3-year-old, they spread it through their whole family, right from the old people and the young
That's
people.
terrible.
Isn't that like the nightmare?
Yeah, like if they didn't know, they didn't know. But still, like
That's
because
scary.
22 people at the time.
Yep.
That's not a lot. It was still allowed 30 people, I believe, for a gathering. So it was under the limits, but
It's crazy.
man,
That's kind of tough, right? That's the ultimate that's why we're being safe. You know what I mean? Because
right?
it's
Like
kinda-
I've had to participate in a few funerals during this pandemic.
Oh dang,
And like
that's hard.
it's really hard because like
You can't have the hundreds of people that are paying respects,
Yeah.
right? It can only be like 10 people or something,
Right.
right? Oh my goodness. The prison in Kingston, Ontario is dealing with an outbreak as well. 80 inmates have tested positive, man.
Damn. Hopefully they keep it
The
within
inmates, that sucks.
Yeah.
That means they got to
It
isolate them,
shouldn't be
spray
getting
everything
out
down.
anywhere if it's within the inmates.
That's awful.
If in the jail, it shouldn't be spread any
Right.
further than that. Then
Yeah.
they should be able to isolate that situation and
Hopefully
stop
get it,
right
yeah,
there.
stop it in its tracks.
Yeah.
And they're now even reporting in Britain and Italy. Did you see that there's like a different
A mutated strain
Of
that's like even
COVID-19?
more contagious and
spreads faster and easier? Isn't
Yeah.
that nuts?
that's terrible.
That's terrible.
That's like
That's what I don't
that's
want to hear.
Exactly what I don't want to hear for 2021 coming up.
Yeah.
That's
the
like
last thing we
2020
need.
was like a butch show, so to speak.
And we get a little bit of hope at the end, with the
Right.
vaccine and stuff.
Right.
Trying to get back to normal, but now we're even more locked down than we've ever been.
right.
Like everything is getting shut down, man. A 21-year-old man. This was crazy. You see the video in Calgary of
The hockey player.
playing shinny, man,
Yeah.
and the cops literally threatened to tase him and slaming him around and everything
Yeah.
like that.
That's kind of scary. Like
Yeah.
the taking away of the freedom. Like,
Yeah.
I could see if he was out and had 20 guys with him and
Right.
having a pickup game,
Right. I guess there was a bunch there and they weren't social distancing and they were,
Yeah.
must have been standing there, I don't know,
Yeah. Yucking her up.
yucking it up.
throwing
You know what
some
they do at
elbows,
hockey games? Yeah.
Mucking it up.
Sitting beside each other or whatever. I don't know
Yeah.
what the heck it is. And I guess they just kind of took the law too far and they just said, you know what? You can't even play hockey, man. You got to shut all this stuff
Yeah.
down. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're
dude.
making people listen, I guess.
Yep.
and They're enforcing that.
He got a $1,200 fine for playing shinny.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
That's an expensive game of shinny.
You know it. A recent survey shows nearly 50% of Canadians are looking forward to hugging, handshakes again when the pandemic's over.
Oh, yes.
That's
All
and
about that embrace.
I think people are missing it, man.
Yeah.
And I even feel bad because I'm a hugger and a handshake, and I love it, but everyone understands. No
Right.
one's really ever kind of doing the elbow bumps.
Yeah, or maybe-
if that.
maybe a-
Yeah, even if that,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't even want to touch it all,
Right.
which is fine. You can be
Yeah,
safe too,
To each their own.
Yep. And they said also 45% are looking forward to not having to worry about, the pandemic. Everything's
Yeah.
factors in now. So they're looking forward to just not having to factor that in and just living your life, right?
Won't that be nice?
I know, right? I don't remember
nice
what that
relief,
feels like.
yeah. not having to wear a mask
took
everywhere.
that for granted.
But I think that's coming, mandatory masks. Like,
Yep.
just for safety.
For a while,
and,
right? Yeah, you don't know. Even like at the movies, if they open the movies up again,
Yeah.
you're right. I think you're right. 40% can't wait to travel, and the survey also showed nearly 50% said they will not get vaccinated.
Right.
Crazy.
I believe that because, there's so many anti-vaxxers and then people scared of what the vaccine may or may not do and side effects. And
This is cool. A Yale University professor, Dr. Nicholas Christakis, is predicting that hedonism will replace conservative socializing when the pandemic is over.
Wow.
He thinks that people will become very liberated, like sexually and socially. They're going to party like never before, and they're going to come out, and they're going to start spending money.
After the pandemic?
Yeah.
It's going to be like a new age.
Yeah, totally. Remember like the Roaring 20s after that
Yeah.
Spanish flu? Mm-hmm. The Roaring 20s, everyone was out, dude.
Yeah.
And this guy's predicting the same
Could
thing's
be
going
the
to happen.
Roaring 20s again.
Right.
2020s.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's
yeah.
wild, man. He's saying right now people are more religious. They abstain more. They're saving more money. They're risk adverse. The same as history has shown. Before each is followed by massive spending of money and free lifestyles.
Yeah. Well, people have been pent up, so the day those floodgates open,
When the bars are open
guarantee
again
it,
and the
yeah.
concerts can go again. And
Yeah, because remember after that first lockdown in the summertime there, when
Right.
everything was shut down, nothing was really open,
Yeah.
the basics. And then they said, okay, bars are open.
Right.
Boom.
Boom. And they
Bars
went
were
too
happening.
far, right? There was
Yeah.
only space for 30%, but some were packed to the gills again, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like Nashville, remember they had all those bars packed and they were passing around that COVID pretty rough.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the coolest things I've ever actually seen. This was big news too, and we were proud to announce it on our Harv and Jace Facebook page too when it was announced. But President-elect Joe Biden has made history by
Yeah.
nominating Deb Haaland,
New Mexico.
from New Mexico, becoming the first Native American in a cabinet secretary role. She's the Interior Secretary.
Excellent.
Isn't that amazing?
Kudos to a powerful Native American woman.
Yeah, and 6 people were voted in this past election too. 6 Native American people, and
Yeah.
but to get promoted to Interior Secretary, it's such a milestone.
By the president himself.
Yep. And could you imagine Trump doing something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he making fun of a lot of the people that were, challenging, calling Warren Pocahontas, Elizabeth
he
Warren and
was
stuff?
actually,
like
yeah.
he's kind of a little bit insensitive to
Saying
that
he
kind
has
of
a
stuff,
great
eh?
relationship with the blacks.
I don't know, man.
Stuff like that.
I just can't see Trump doing that. But so good on Biden to not only a female, but the Interior Secretary is Native American, New Mexico, man.
Right.
That is huge, huge news.
Hopefully she can do some power in that position.
Yeah, she's now in charge of the Bureau of Land Management, the United States Geological Survey, Bureau of Indian Affairs,
Nice.
and the National Park Service, dude. An indigenous person.
Yeah. She knows what
Doesn't
they
that
need.
make so much sense?
Like, I know the Bureau of Indian Affairs is not very popular with
Right.
the natives down in the States. They're about as popular as
Right.
Indian Affairs Canada is with us
But
over
it's
here.
always run by a non-native, right?
Right,
So how do
exactly.
they don't have any understanding of what it's like,
Yeah.
So I'm so happy. So kudos to Joe Biden and Deb Haaland. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, rattle-worthy.
Dang, right.
This one's for you, Deb.
All right, yeah, so that's really cool. And Shannon Leddy, an Indigenous professor at the University of BC, has suggested it may be time to retire the logo of the Vancouver Canucks, which kind of struck me at first. I had to go back and look at the logo.
The whale.
Yeah, it has an orca.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize till now that it has like the BC kind of
Haida.
design.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's too culturally misappropriating. but,
Right.
Like, it's not like the Cleveland Indian logo where he's like the, caricature.
The Wahoo, yeah,
the
yeah.
Wahoo, yeah. Like,
Characterized.
it's not bad.
But Letty says that the design uses artwork inspired by Heidi, like you said, designs.
Right.
And that it hurts Indigenous people. And here's what she said. She said that the artist who created the logo in 1997, Brent Lynch, is non-native. And she is sure that they had no ill intent when commissioning the work. But it is an example of profiting off of Indigenous designs and is cultural appropriation. She said if the Canucks want to show some respect to the designs, she said they should talk to Indigenous people,
Right.
and commission an Indigenous artist, right? If they want
Yeah.
to honor the
would
logo.
be
They're saying they're
awesome.
honoring it, but they had no consultation with
It
Indigenous
would probably
people.
make the logo even cooler if they had an Indigenous artist.
Right.
Maybe
Like to rebrand
modify
it?
What,
Totally.
What they're working with, right?
And the Canucks just said in a Zoom meeting they discussed this, and they will release a statement soon. So maybe they will consult some Indigenous people, right?
Yeah. There's enough out there.
But it's an honest mistake too, like that she's saying, like if
Yeah.
we want to honor that design, we love it because they're from BC. We're going to honor the Indigenous people by putting that design in there. But
maybe they could take some of those jersey sales and give them to the Haida community.
yeah, see, exactly.
like,
These are the
give
kinds of
back
things I
somehow.
think she was talking about. And then when I first read the headline, I was kind of thinking, this, I don't know, but then she made some good points,
Yeah.
and it's all about awareness, right? And educating people about the history
Because
of.
I don't think it's a very bad logo.
Yeah.
But, it is somebody
But it is a chance.
misappropriating our culture.
Right,
again.
and it is a chance to educate if they
Right.
want to use it that way, right?
Right.
So hopefully the Vancouver Canucks do something. YouTuber Jake Paul, who we can't get enough of right now,
Right.
he is being crazy online.
I didn't know who the hell he was.
I know, and then all of a
as
sudden he's
what,
everywhere.
Before that Tyson thing, I had no idea
Yeah.
who he was. Now I'm intrigued by the
And
guy.
like he's calling out Conor McGregor on social media, saying he sent like a $50 million offer. I don't know, man. Saying he's 2-0 and McGregor's 0-1. Like,
man.
come on, man. He
Well,
fought Mayweather.
Yeah. He's got no
He
chance.
fought two bums.
He's got no chance against a bona fide fighter, I don't
Right?
think.
But I don't think he should be using the 2-0, 0-1 thing either.
No.
Come on now.
No.
That's just a.
That'd be like if he was on
He fought Mayweather. And his
bumfights.com or something.
brother's going to fight Mayweather. It's crazy. February 20th. Logan.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. UFC President Dana White said he has no chance to fight Conor, but may offer two-belt champion Amanda Nunes
The Lioness.
to fight Jake Paul.
That would be something.
And on Twitter, she says simply, "I'm in."
She's the best.
Isn't that crazy?
Like women fighter right now, I think she's
Wouldn't
the
it be
best.
nuts if she
so
fought like
It'd be terrible for Jake Paul.
to get knocked out? Amanda Nunes, did you see her? How
Like
powerful
she's
she
tough.
is?
Yeah, she's tough.
boom.
So I would be voting for her.
Yeah.
I'd be cheering for her corner, but
But look
like,
at the world we're coming to. We're getting back to those old gladiator days where it didn't
Yeah.
matter, man. Women and men, and if you're a
let's
warrior,
see if
you're
she
a
can
war-
beat him up.
the warrior. If you're a warrior, it has no gender. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I never thought we would get to the days again where we'd see a man challenging a woman.
Yeah, like who is this? Andy Kaufman?
All right, Andy Kaufman. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, so that's crazy. The Wayne Gretzky memorabilia that was stolen. Remember we talked about this?
Right.
From his. This is a crazy twist from his father Walter's house in August, I guess. Led to a huge police operation that included Brantford Police, OPP, RCMP, Halton Regional Police. They executed search warrants December 8th at 5 homes and recovered a lot of the memorabilia. A 58-year-old Oakville man has been charged, and also a senior OPP police officer who were both friends of the family.
Terrible. For
They're like
somebody
known to them.
for somebody to take advantage of Walter Gretzky that
Right.
way, he's
that was one of Walter's friends.
yeah,
like-
supposed friends.
Yeah,
right?
and they went out to dinner and stuff.
yeah, what a dirtbag move.
Isn't that crazy? Stole a $500,000 worth of Wayne Gretzky memorabilia
Yeah,
from one of his friends
yeah, right around Christmas season.
and a senior OPP officer, man.
OPP for you
Ooh, I just don't get it.
figures.
Yeah, and so like you just don't know who you can trust, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Bring them into their house, and I guess the thrill of money or fame or whatever.
Right? Yeah.
don't know,
Well,
man.
like I imagine Walter's got all sorts of memorabilia
It's
laying
everywhere.
around.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like he might not even
Because their house
notice it
ain't
right
huge.
away. Yeah.
Where they grew up, it's a little house in Brantford. You can go right by it when you go to Wayne Gretzky Center up
Right.
there. You can see
I know
it.
he used to let people tour it once in a while.
Totally. Yeah, you can go there and leave stuff. And he said, if you leave it here, and maybe Wayne will sign it next time he comes by.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. So I'm glad they figured that out. But to find out it was people that's your own family. and
Inside
friends, it's kinda
job,
like,
yeah.
damn,
Pretty
that's-
dirty.
That's dirty stuff, man.
Low down.
Low down. A unique company called Rink Build is booming in demand for backyard hockey rinks, man. While everyone's at COVID right now.
Oh
nobody
yeah.
could,
Well, it's the stay-at-home era right now.
Yeah.
So
So these businesses they're like thriving because everyone's at home, and now because of COVID and all the sports are canceled for the kids, the company has said it is already installed a year's worth of rinks and it's not even winter yet. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, nice.
So like, it's booming, and they can do any size. They said they can come and install it, take it down, and
there should be a good flock of hockey players coming out in a few generations,
right?
Like with all these kids at home that got nothing better to do but
get out on that rink.
Yeah, get out on the rink and get off your iPad.
What a good idea, though. I would do that if I had kids, man. Hire these guys to come in there. I thought that was a good idea to capitalize, on the situation. They say there's an opportunity in every tragedy.
Exactly.
So these guys are doing
when
well.
one door closes, another opens.
That's it. This is really cool. I don't know if you've seen this. Tiger Woods is golfing right now with his son, Charlie.
Oh, cool.
11-year-old son, Charlie. They're playing in the PNC Championships.
Yeah.
Yep, in Orlando. And one of the events is a round of golf with a family member. And Tiger Woods is a 15-time major champion, is playing with his 11-year-old son, Charlie, who is also a golf prodigy.
Right.
The last few tournaments Charlie played and he won.
Right. Yeah, he's probably a chip off of Tiger's old block.
He seems like it too, because a couple of videos went viral from that tournament. Charlie hit an eagle in this while he was playing. And then he got this real nice birdie where they showed him doing his dad's signature.
The fist pump.
Fist pump, yeah. And he got the same kind of swing too.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, well, Tiger was in it when he was like 2. Right?
Yeah,
so
totally.
He probably got this guy into it when he was young.
It's just kind of cool, man. They finished 5 strokes back of another father-son duo, Justin Thomas, who was ranked number 3 in the world, and his father. They won the tournament, so that's pretty cool. What a cool tournament.
Right.
Every 11-year-old in there shining. That's amazing. And then
and
hit an eagle.
And maybe almost carrying the team at a point.
I know, right?
Because Tiger's kind of dwindling a little.
Man, that eagle, go watch that video online of Charlie Woods hitting that eagle. He's only 11 years old, man. That swing is smooth, bro. The NBA started on Tuesday. Clippers beat the Lakers. The Raptors kicked their season off. OG Anunoby signed for 4 more years, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And the Raptors have made this. I thought this was really cool. All 8 seasons that Masai Ujiri, the GM, has been here, they've made the playoffs 8 years in a row.
Yeah, he's a great executive.
I used to think that was cool when Detroit Red Wings, remember, they made the playoffs like 20 years in a row.
Right.
Like
yeah,
that's prestigious.
Yeah.
That's prestigious.
Very prestigious.
Yeah, so 8 years in a row. So kudos to the Raptors. They're kicking off, man. I'm excited to watch the Raptors and Leafs get going.
Yeah, I
January
can't wait
13th.
for the Leafs.
Yep.
It's going to be a
training camp January 3rd.
Yeah. All Canadian division.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's going to be Matthews versus McDavid like 10 times, man.
Oh, wow. It's going to be a good
and
one.
versus Laine versus Matthew Tkachuk. Yee.
Patterson from Vancouver is
right.
turning up
Bo
nowadays.
Horvat.
Yeah.
Mark Scheifele from
Yeah.
Jets, like it's insane. It's going to be so fun when that gets going. And of course, the World Junior Hockey Tournament starts Christmas Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Team Canada plays December 26th on Boxing Day, Germany at 6, game 1, 6 p.m. And this is cool too. The Chicago Blackhawks released a statement after Cleveland Indians announced they would retire the name, like Chief Wahoo.
The Wahoo, yeah.
They said they respect their decision, but also stated that the Blackhawks have no intention of changing their name. They said the Chicago Blackhawks name and logo symbolizes an important historic person, Blackhawk of Illinois, Sac Fox First Nation, whose leadership and life has inspired generations of Native Americans, veterans, and the public, I guess.
Yeah.
That image was basically based off that Indigenous guy.
I always thought it was like an honorable logo, too.
Right.
Like Six Nations Minor Hockey uses it.
Yeah, totally.
For their logo.
Yeah.
So
how could, it's the same one. We love that
yeah,
one, right?
we're using it, and then, like,
but it's based on, this one isn't just a caricature or made up, right? It's not based on a design. It's actually based on a historical person who. So that, I think that's like honoring them,
Yeah.
like veterans and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
And their original 6 teams, so they've been around.
Yeah.
They know their history.
Conservative leader Aaron O'Toole. Have you heard of this guy?
I've heard of him. I'm
He's
not
been doing
familiar with him, but
a lot of trash talking.
Yeah,
he's very hyperbolic. Anyways, he's backtracking after coming under fire again for comments he made about Canada's residential schools when he said the residential schools were intended to try and provide education.
Oh, man.
Isn't that a sick thing? Remember we talked about that teacher that was putting out the 5 mistakes of Indigenous?
Aaron O'Toole.
What is going on? This guy's the conservative leader. Like, come on, man. You got to be more.
Aaron O'Toole is a tool.
It's a tool.
Yes,
He's
he
not
is the
educated.
tool.
And he tries to inflame situations. Like come on, man. And AFN Chief Perry Bellegrad said, it is disappointing that the conservative leaders sought to use the residential school tragedy, which has devastated generations of First Nations families, to score meaningless political points. Indigenous Relations Minister Carolyn Bennett said she was disappointed to see the conservative leaders' remarks, saying, any attempt at defending these policies only serves to hurt the families and survivors more. You know, they're already hurting, right? O'Toole has released a new statement saying, in my comments to Ryerson students, I said that the residential school systems was intended to try and provide education, and it was not. The system was intended to remove children from the influence of their homes, families, traditions, and cultures. The hashtag Resign O'Toole was trending online with thousands of people asking him to resign.
Yeah, he should do the right thing. Man up.
Man, that's just awful to only way to get your like jabs in. Like, I don't hear Aaron talk about anything else, just about Indigenous stuff, man.
Right? Yeah, that's
It's
the only
so
time
annoying.
I've ever heard of this guy too.
Yeah,
Like,
and he's just being this big pompous like Ken Hewitt, you know, like and it's like, oh, that's awful. So
maybe they're one and the same.
yeah, you never know, man. But I'm just sick of these guys. They don't know what they're talking about.
Right, especially when people go dropping residential schools. Like,
Right.
there's nothing at all remotely.
It's the
like,
darkest-
even possibly
It's
positive.
It's the darkest
that
mark
came
on
out of
Canadian
them.
history. It really is.
Yeah.
There's nothing darker than that, you know. And for him to trivialize it is awful. He's basically saying,
Hard to find a light
yeah.
at the end of that tunnel.
I think he's trying to like normalize it to where it's like, oh, we tried, it didn't work, but we tried. We wanted to teach us, you know, like.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. He just totally misses it. What it did to all the Indigenous people, what it did to our psyches, our confidence, you know, it just knocked us back hundreds of years, right? Because we have to get over that shame
and it's like several communities.
Yeah,
every community.
it's deep.
Every community.
And then every kid like us, and then our kids, they got to deal with that shame and that, in order just to be normal, you know, like we have to overcome a lot of stuff just to, you know, and it's from those residential schools,
like,
you know.
Yeah, we're already set back a ways being born Indigenous, you know, and then we got all these tools putting more obstacles in front of us.
Yep, tools.
Yeah,
that's what the show is brought to you by.
If the tool fits.
If the tool fits. Aaron O'Toole resigned, man.
Yeah.
Because that
Quit.
is
Just quit.
awful. And that teacher who had that assignment quit, man. Because this ain't for you.
Right.
Like, this is a people business. Teachers is a people business.
Right.
O'Toole, conservative leader, he wants to be in charge after Prime Minister Trudeau.
Right.
And who wants this guy in charge, man? That's insane.
Yeah.
With that much hate and uneducation and
Animosity
ignorance and
like
animosity.
racial prejudices.
Yeah, and like, come on now. We don't need this guy.
Yeah, get out of here.
Both suspects in the fatal shooting of Six Nations Andrew Davis have now been caught.
Oh, good. That's glad they got those guys off.
And charged with first-degree murder, man.
Well, it was in cold blood.
Yeah.
From what I hear, and
suspects were identified as Eric Smoke, 22 of Hamilton, and Andrew Smoke, 24 of Six Nations. So, they're off the streets, man. That's some scary stuff.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Andrew.
Yeah,
and
condolences to his family.
His family, yeah.
Friends,
That's kind of what some healing can get done now because, you know, like they caught the guys, right? That's got to be an unnerving feeling, you know, to know that your family's killers are on the run, right? And,
right.
So we're happy that
they're still
they can get
armed and dangerous, or what was going on there, right? But
just crazy, man.
Just glad they're off the streets.
Yeah, exactly. Ontario, this is kind of on the lighter side of because Christmas time has declared that Santa Claus is an essential service. Isn't that cool? I used to like that when back in the day they used to do the tracking online on the radio or stuff. Oh, Santa's coming through
like
here at
weather.
Chicago right now and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So now they're saying he's an essential service and he's allowed to deliver presents, treats, good cheer to Christmas in Ontario. But
so if you want to go visit your family, people, dress up like Santa. Go
Go
wherever
from
the
house to
heck you
house.
want. Wherever you want. Just dress like Santa because he is essential.
that's right. And his reindeer were also authorized to provide transportation, but Santa has to follow all the health codes.
Mask up.
Mask up.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
That's
But he
right.
wears gloves.
He
anyways.
wears gloves, yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. So the kids that were worried about Santa not being allowed to come to Ontario because of the lockdown, they don't have to worry no more.
Right.
This is also cool. Following in our footsteps, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have signed with Spotify to offer a new podcast, Archwell Audio.
Always copying us.
I know.
Those royals.
Get
Damn
your own
royals.
thing.
Quit copying us. You're supposed to be our allies.
Yeah, it's supposed to be our allies.
Not competing with us.
Come on now.
Jeez.
Marcos has said that what they love about podcasts is that they really encourage listening to stories that we find connect us all, and that's kind of what we're doing too, right?
Yeah.
Listening to stories that can help bring people together.
Right. We want to be that fabric that binds us all.
That's right.
That red leather, yellow leather. That binds us all together.
That binds us all, yeah. Oh, that's really awesome. And this is crazy. Daredevil pranksters Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O have been sent to the hospital filming their new Jackass movie, which I didn't even know they were doing. And so they got a new one coming out, which is going to be awesome. The stunt was jumping on a full-speed treadmill with band equipment, like a big tuba and stuff on.
Yeah.
Like, they messed themselves up good. If they're at the hospital, they got messed up, and they don't really go to the hospital.
Right. Well, they're 40-plus-year-old men now, too.
Right.
They were doing this. They were in their 20s.
They're trying to run real fast on those treadmills.
Right.
Oh, man, with a big tuba. Man, those guys are nuts.
Yeah.
I'm
definitely going to watch the movie.
I know. They're so fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jackass 2, the new Jackass is coming out soon. Viral TikTok sensation Nathan Apodaca.
Dogface,
Yep,
420.
Dogface 420. And his wife were both battling COVID.
Ah, damn. Hopefully good luck to them and they get better soon.
That's insane, man.
Drink that cranberry juice, Dogface.
Yep. He became a viral video to the hit song Dreams.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully we can get him on a show one time. That'd be cool.
We need to do that.
Get him on a Zoom, even if it's a 5-minute talk.
Yeah, just to say hi.
Just say, hey, what's up?
Maybe he'll do an interview with us while he's skateboarding, drinking
right.
his thing. Hey, whoa, next level.
That's now we're thinking outside the box again.
That's what we got to do. We got to stay current. We got to stay hip. You know what I mean?
Hip. Yes.
Ho.
Hip.
We're gonna stay hip to the ho. Not hip to the hop, hip to the ho.
No. To the ho.
And this is awesome. I love Eminem. I'm a huge Eminem fan. You like Eminem?
Yeah, man. Marshall Mathers.
That's right. He's released a surprise album, too. All these people are doing COVID albums on the down low and releasing them, man. It's
they've
awesome.
been pent up, so they imagine their creative juices are flowing, right?
Yeah, and so it's a sequel to his studio album, Music to Be Murdered By. He has 16 new songs, and he's calling it Side B to Music to Be Murdered By, right? A new track, Zeus, has Eminem apologizing to Rihanna over an old lyric and a leaked song that he appeared to side with Chris Brown after the assault allegations on her. So he's
kind of growing up.
Yeah, he's growing up, man.
He's growing. That's good when you can grow as an artist.
Yeah, exactly.
As a person, it's great.
Right.
But as an artist, it's even.
But I got to go listen to that music. That's cool. Eminem's got a new album, so make sure you go check that out. A 58-year-old New York man is glad to be alive after his car was buried under 4 feet of snow by a snowplow. As luck would have it, the car had no heat due to a broken serpentine belt. So he's like freezing in there. Repeatedly called 911 for help. He was eventually recovered, but suffered like hypothermia and frostbite. Isn't that scary?
He's going to get a nice payday from the city.
Thank God he had his phone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just run to the store and you don't grab your phone or your wallet. You just think you're going there and back, but then you don't think someone's going to, a snowplow's going to come by and bury you.
Bury under 4 feet of snow in a frozen tomb.
Oh, my God. That is so scary.
Yeah.
So thank goodness his phone worked and all that stuff. Like, man, that's scary. Wow, who would have thought?
Yeah, that'd be like getting buried in an avalanche, basically.
But I hear there is a lot of tragedies with those snowplows because they can't see anything either, right? They're just these big, massive, and they're just pushing massive snow, man. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, big machines.
Those big snow plows, right? The British Journal of Medicine published some new research and found that people who are stationary for 10 hours a day are at a great risk for ill health and earlier than normal death than people who are active.
I believe it,
They said especially during COVID, people are just at home.
That's why I'm glad I got a little gym at home. I don't go down there as much as I should, but I at least try to get down there.
But moving around too and walking, getting those steps every day, right? All that stuff helps. They said even chores, cleaning up and laundry and stuff like that, sweeping up, those count as activity too. They said that researchers found that 30 to 40 minutes a day of moderate to vigorous intensity activity can lower the risk to levels that are normal to people who are active. And all activity counts household chores, taking stairs, walking, running, biking. For best results, they suggest 150 to 300 minutes a week for the strongest health benefits. So
excellent.
That's cool. That's good to know.
I'm a strong believer in being healthy.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly. Like
do what you gotta
eating
do
as best you can, getting water.
Eat best you can, watch your...
Like you don't have to be crazy about
watch what you eat, I guess.
Yeah. People can be really
but
crazy about it, right? And say, you got to do it this way. But everyone's like body
I think
is different,
it's moderation, really. As long as you know how to moderate, you
balance.
Can,
Yep, exactly.
You can
and everyone's body's
whatever.
different, right? So what works for you is not necessarily going to work for someone else, and
exactly.
So you got to find out what works
like
for you.
the keto diets and all those fad diets. You know?
Exactly. So just whatever works. So that's cool. 150 to 300 minutes a week. I think we can do that.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. There's an ancient... Oh, this is... I don't even know if I can say this. There is an ancient art of iron. Hold on, let me stop again. Let me try this again. There is an ancient art of iron crotch kung fu.
Whoa.
And it is as painful as it sounds. The art involves a 6-foot-long steel-plated log that swings through the air, like it goes up like 6 feet in the air, and it crashes into the person's crotch.
Good Lord.
I know, right? 65-year-old Wang Lutai of China.
Wang.
He's a father of 2, surprisingly.
This must have been before he started fucking toughing up the old hammer.
Oh, man, this is crazy. But he claims to have been practicing the art for 50 years, saying with the right method, you won't be hurt. And apparently there are many styles of this kind of martial arts. Like some are specific to like the throat or the head or chest or back. And it's just about resistance to pain for whatever gets hit most in battle. So I guess this crotch kung fu master felt like that was his most vulnerable area, so he wanted to toughen up.
Wow. That's tough. That's tough. It's a thick skin.
Yeah, you should see that pole. This big 6-foot pole, dude.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm
like just a little one of those.
I know, right?
I'm debilitated.
Yeah, and then the video of him is so hilarious. You can Google it. But it's just him standing there bracing, like with his legs open, and that big thing coming hit him right in the crotch.
Like the only time I've ever seen like feats of strength like that is like maybe little kids,
right?
Like when they're like daring each other to kick each other in the balls.
I know, right? I know,
and they're like 2 or 3 years old, right? Like,
and you got both of them, then you're basically dead.
Yeah.
Oh man. So iron crotch kung fu. Who knew? The cost of rent in Canada is down 9%, but it is expected to go back up by 3% annually. Toronto and Vancouver still have the highest average rental cost. Toronto for a 1-bedroom is at $1,900 a month. And in Vancouver for a 2-bedroom, $2,600 a month.
Wow.
Just rent.
That's insane cost of living. Like,
I guess
you'd have to have
a
couple jobs to really live nicely out there.
It's like you have to have 4 people in the house working, to get the cars and the bills and the food and entertainment.
Right.
Wow, it's scary.
Yeah.
Insane, especially now during COVID. How do you make that kind of money? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
You'd think that they would start jacking the prices
down for COVID,
instead of bumping them up. But
I don't know, man. It's just crazy. I don't know. Iron crotch kung fu, man. Whoa. It's that kind of year. That's what the 2020's been.
It is.
Just getting hit in the crotch. So we might be all better off for it now. I don't know, man. I just hope that I sincerely want to say Merry Christmas to you, man. And I know, yep, that's right. And I'm just so happy that you're still here with us, thriving and sharing your comedic wit and your your information with us on the Harv and Jace show. And we're about to branch into Christmas and the New Year, man. And we have so many great ideas, characters and the guests and stuff. And I'm so excited, dude. And I hope you guys are excited too, watching us. Make sure you go to the harvandjace.com.
harvandjace.com.
Subscribe to us on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter. We
Facebook.
have a TikTok now. So we're going to start shooting some TikTok videos. Facebook.
Yeah. We can do some really sweet dance moves too.
That's right.
TikTok's going to blow the F up.
That's right. So make sure that you do and subscribe to us on YouTube. But also tomorrow We're gonna show the Gawanil Christmas special that we did with a little bit. We added a little bit to it too, make it a little bit longer. A
little bit of Santa balls.
Yep, and Uncle is gonna show up again, and so make sure you tune in tomorrow. We want to be there for you guys for Christmas and give you a little special treat. So we're gonna air that tomorrow night.
That's our gift from us
to you. That's right. And then stay tuned for New Year's Eve announcements, special guests, and all that crazy stuff. We're just so happy, and we're so happy you joined us. And we're hoping you and your family are cozy and warm and safe.
Enjoy that togetherness of your loved ones.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys joining us, and we just want to wish you a merry, 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 merry Christmas.
Lodunis Nigga Howie. Yay! New Year.
It's the Harv and Jace show.